I have noticed that we all say that we understand manifestation on a deeper level, but we fall back to our old ways, which is the core tenet of manifestation or unity consciousness or spirituality, period, is that there is no separation and there is no other. Neville Goddard's famous quote is that there is no one and nothing to change but self. Now, it sounds cool. It sounds very cool, right? And we say, oh, I get it. But then, what do we do, especially the SP people, including myself? I'm not gonna say here I have complete control over this. What we do is, something happens and we blame the person that they did this to me, right? Or I want my person to ask for forgiveness from me. Or I want these people to, make amends to me. Or, I want this thing to change for me. Forgetting the fact that there is no other. There is no out there. There's no one and nothing to change but self. What does that even mean? It means that at the very core of your existence, I know it's difficult to understand. I know it's hard to conceptualize with egoic mind. But at the core of our being, there is no other. There is no you, there is no me, there is no the tree, there is no separation. It's just you consciousness, your consciousness projecting the whole thing and then moving within from its own creation and living its own illusions. Now somebody will say, oh, that's solipsism, bro. You're talking about there is no other. Like, that means it's just me and I am all alone. And no. What I'm trying to say is there is only one consciousness, which is, for lack of better words, we call God. And this God has individualized itself and created many creations. Creation is finished, now God says. Basically, there is infinite amount of creation. And how would God experience its own creation? By individualizing itself and putting amnesia on itself and then moving through its own creation. That's how God can have a genuine experience of His own creation. So, you are an individualized aspect of the same mind. And this veil of amnesia is not real actually either. But it's persistent because that is required for this genuine experience. But one day it will be lifted, but that's beside the point. The point is, the tree that you're looking at and yourself are not two separate entities or independent entities or objective entities. You and your specific person, they are individualized aspect of God, yes. They are an individualized aspect of the same mind. So, and they are multidimensional, you are multidimensional, and you both are having your unique, genuine experiences. But in your reality, in your sort of illusion, they have a version of them playing out. And that version comes from within you. You reflect that version into the world. So, to simplify it, in your reality, in your personal bubble, there is no other. Right? We're not talking about something random happening in Africa right now. In your bubble, what you can perceive, what you are seeing, what you are sensing, what you are touching, in your sphere of existence, there is no other. And we cannot even objectively prove what is happening outside, like in the objective world. There is no way for us to objectively prove that is that not an illusion or is it real. So, what is all this to say is, who is real then? What is even real? Reality is the unchanging awareness of God within, right? You may become a tree, you may lose consciousness, as in lose your personality, not consciousness, we can never lose. And you may lose your body, but you will still know that you exist. You will be aware of self. This self is reality. Everything that changes in the outside world is illusions. Yes, even the versions of people that you've fallen in love with, they will change as well. You will see. A lot of SP people initially think, oh, this person is so perfect, amazing, I want them and this and that. Once you will get them, you will eventually realize that they are pretty ordinary and they are human. And this is also their human experience, and they have, flaws. But you could imagine them that they are perfect partner for you. You can assume that, and that will play out. But still, the perfection that we think we want, we don't want it. We don't want a perfect person. Their flaws make them beautiful. But again, that's beside the point. I'm trying to say that they are also, once you get your desires, you realize that the desires are better, like you inflate their value in your imagination, and that's why you don't manifest them, because you separate yourself from them. You give them an arbitrary value, imaginative value, because there is no value in the mind of God. Everything is same. But for this specific person, we put too much value on them, which is talked about in the book Reality Transurfing by Vadim Zeeland, where he says that, like, if you put excess importance on something, it goes away. Universe tries to balance it, and it goes away from you. Which is, universe doesn't really exist. It's all within you. The point is that because whatever you imagine, whatever you are aware of happens, when you put too much value on a person, what do? You create an experience of them being too good for you. And you create the experience of chase, because if they are too good for you, you have to chase them, right? And then you create the experience of all the relationship problems and all this and that, because the value proposition is out of balance. It's within you again. The concept of universe, people start thinking, oh, there is objective universe and is imposing its will on you. Not really. There is no other. Once you realize that, you stop putting arbitrary value on desires and things and people and circumstances. You stop putting finger on another, because there is no other. So, and that's how you realize that manifestation is not about changing the outside world, because the outside world does not exist. It's an illusion. It's your own projection. So who do you change? Neville Goddard said it best. There is no one and nothing to change but self. So what does that even mean in practical sense? It means this. Somebody who is manifesting, for example, wealth or love, right? They should not think about the desire as I want this. They should become the person who has it, as in, I have this amount of money, I have this specific person. Not, I want to manifest this person, I want to get this amount of money. No. You become the person in mind who has it. And then it will be projected out naturally in your world, because your consciousness, whatever it becomes aware of, it manifests in your world, because the world is a reflection, it's from within, projection, right? So you are not trying to get money from somewhere out there. You are becoming the person who already has the money, and the money shows up. You are becoming the person who already has the love. You don't try to chase, you don't try to make them make amends with you. You don't try to change their personality that they become perfect for. No, you say, I have them and they are perfect for me already. And you give them a role in your mind and they will play that out. But you don't say that I want this person to first ask for, forgiveness from me, or this or that, or I want a certain job to first accept me to get me this certain amount of money. No. You already have the money. The way which it unfolds is the job of the greater self, the I am within you. And so ultimately you are changing yourself. You are not trying to change anything in the world. And so that makes your job easier. It sounds difficult and it sounds more abstract, but it is simple, which is explained in the law of assumption. An assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. This assumption implies something about you, right? Not about the world. What does like I am earning a lavish, steady, dependable income, doing something I love with ease. It implies that you have money, you are abundant. You are being the person who has lavish, steady, dependable income. So it's not about getting money from the world, it's about becoming the person who has it already, and then the money comes naturally, because now you have made it natural for your consciousness to express it. You have added it into your awareness, so it will naturally show up. I see a lot of pointing the fingers at the world. Oh, they did this to me, or this happened to me, or this happened, and this is how this happened. All out there. The focus should be in here. Who are you being? Who are you being which is triggering these things? And if you want certain desired reality, who you have to be in order for that reality to naturally express in your world. That's the question. There is no out there. There is no other. The others don't really exist. So the question of them having free will, in your experience, they don't. But that does not mean they are not real, or they are not human, or they don't have an existence. It means that in your experience, in your personal experience, you are your own whole universe. And they are in their experience own whole universe. And ultimately we're all one. There is no another. So it is about changing your concept of self, and the world changes automatically. So this is it for this video. Until next time, bye bye.